A big welcome to everyone. It might be morning or it might be afternoon, wherever your time zone is. I want to welcome you to this University of Miami UOnline live webinar. My name is Michael and I'll be your host for today's webinar. With a lot of you, we've understood that one important factor that we want to showcase with one of the webinars that we're running is to do a live virtual classroom demo. And I'm really excited to have one of the enrollment advisors here with the University of Miami UOnline, Tori. He's going to talk a bit about himself in a few seconds, and then we're going to have a demo live from Tori to make sure that you have an understanding of what the University of Miami's online platform looks like, what are the functions, what are the functionalities, and to kind of get a sense of what does the online learning platform feel like. Before we start, I just want to show you quickly the agenda for today. We have three main points. We're going to meet Tori and just get a bit of an introduction from him. Then we're going to have the virtual classroom tour, where you're going to kind of firsthand see what the capabilities of the online classroom are. And then we are going to use the rest of the remaining time up until the half-hour mark for this webinar to answer as many questions as you have live here with our enrollment advisor. So with this in mind, pay attention to the demo. Make sure that if you have anything that you're curious about or anything that is unclear, or you still have questions related to all of the things that we're going to go through in this virtual classroom tour, you write them down in your Q&A section on your GoToPanel, and then towards the end of the webinar, we're going to dedicate the Q&A session just for the questions that you have. So with this in mind, I want to give a warm welcome to Tori. Hi, Tori, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well, Michael. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm good, very good. Can you tell our audience a bit about yourself and what's your involvement with the University of Miami UOnline?
Absolutely. So hello, everyone. I hope you all are having a wonderful day so far, or evening or morning, as Michael mentioned. So my name is Tori Brignolo, and I'm an online enrollment advisor here with the University of Miami. Essentially, my role is to help guide prospective students and applicants through the application process and admissions process, as well as to provide continued support to our newly admitted students through the first week of class and beyond.
Okay, and you are the best person then to talk to about getting kind of a preview on how the classroom looks like, right?
Absolutely. So what we want to do today is, show our prospective students and, of course, applicants and anyone that's just really thinking about graduate school online, what it's like, a day in a life here as a student with UOnline at the University of Miami. So, we're going to navigate the portal together so you can see exactly kind of what you would be doing on a day-to-day basis and just have a clear indication of how this, would potentially fit into your lifestyle if you are looking into online graduate school options.
Brilliant. Okay, so I won't keep you then. I'll just I'm going to give you the presenter's role so you can actually take our audience through the demo. Just 1 second, bear with me. Okay, and then I'll just cut off the video feed for us so people can actually pay attention to the demo. And then as soon as you're ready, Tori, just go with it.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Tori Brignolo, and I'm an online enrollment advisor here with UOnline at the University of Miami. And my role is to assist students in the application process as well as getting prepared for class and beyond. And today I want to show you a little bit about what it would be like to be an online student here. I provide you with a few examples of the online classroom and to give you a good idea of basically what our students would expect here on a day-to-day basis as you are participating through your classes here with the University of Miami. So to begin with here, basically what we have is our login screen for all of our students. So essentially what we'll have our students do when they want to get into their online classroom is they're going to log in to this specific website here at the top. Fairly simple, it's just the myonline.miami.edu/sign in. And you'll notice when you get to this page, you're going to have two different options. So seeing as you are going to be a current UOnline student here, you're going to want to focus on this section here on the right side where it says log in with your Kane ID. Now, when you become a student here, you will be provided with a Kane ID, and of course, you'll have your own specific password, true to yourself, and which you'll be able to use to access your online Blackboard and student portal. So you'll go here and you'll click on Login with Kane ID, and then you'll be forwarded to your student portal, in which you'll want to click on the student portal to be able to access your institution and your online Blackboard. So you'll notice when you get to this screen as a new student here, you're going to have a few different options to click on. What you'll really want to focus on is the right-hand side where it says My Courses. And this is where all of your courses that you're enrolled into are going to be listed. So for example, we're going to give you a preview of what it would be like in the BUS 640 course. And essentially every course is going to be broken down in a very similar manner here. So it'll look very similar regardless of the class that you're enrolled into. So you'll go on over to My Courses and you'll click on the course that you are starting. And then you'll be forwarded to your actual student portal here. So this is more or less the heart of the classroom. When you first log in to your class, you're going to see all of this information in front of you, which will basically kind of show you exactly and showcase the course and to show you exactly what to expect as you move forward through this 7-week course. So what we want to focus on here is on the left-hand side, which is your navigation bar. And basically everything on the left-hand side for navigation is going to allow you to get to the different parts of the course to make sure that you can access the various things. And as you can see here, just as a preview, certain things like the syllabus, you have your grades, and then you'll have your course overview as well as a week-by-week breakdown of all of the assignments and all of the discussions and participation that will be required weekly. So where we would want to start, of course, is the beginning here on the left, which is your course announcements. Now you'll notice here that basically your professor is going to list any important and pertinent information regarding your course. So this is something that you'll want to refer to every time that you click into the online classroom. That way you'll just well aware of any policies or any things that are upcoming in the course. For example, grades being delivered as you can see here, or any final things as the course, as you can see in this screen, was closing up. Professors posting a few different items just about what to expect for any final grades and for the completion of the course. On the left-hand side, continuing with the navigation, you'll see the faculty bio, and this is going to be just all the information regarding the actual course and the actual professor that is teaching the course. So you can always refer back to this if you have any questions regarding the professor, and of course just a little breakdown of exactly what he's going to provide for you. You'll notice here when you get into any of these screens, you can always click back on the back-to-back Blackboard, and it will always bring you to that main page that we were just on. So continuing on, you'll have your syllabus here, and of course this will be something that we advise all of our students to look at on that first day of class to make sure that you can just understand the exact breakdown of the course, understand what to expect moving forward, and mentally prepare yourself so you are on the same page and well aware of the exact guidelines and deadlines for certain items in the course. So as you click on each items on the left-hand side of the navigation, you'll typically be forwarded to an additional page in which you want to make sure that you scroll all the way down so you can review all of the information and you don't want to miss a thing. So just make sure that you continue throughout the entire slide here so you can get all of the information and again be well prepared for what to expect. So we're going to head back to the Blackboard screen here. And then you'll notice a few different things on the navigation side, in particular course calendar being super important, of course. This will give you a certain breakdown of different things that are going to be due within the class as well as the due dates. Obviously, you don't see anything here now at this time because this class has been closed, but in an active course, you'll see different days with different color-coded guidelines. So again, students know when assignments are going to be due, just a different way to kind of review when to turn in the different assignments. You'll have your technical support on the left as well. When you click on that, you'll be forwarded to our online support center. And this is going to be the one-stop shop for online students, all things support related. So if you ever have any questions, this would be the first point of reference in which there's a multiple and a variety of different things you can research for online students here. And you always have the option as well on this page to go ahead and click on any of the help items to get immediate response or to fill out a form and get a response within 1 business day if you do have any technical issues. So essentially your support center is going to be your reference for all things support, anything technical support, technical issues, or just to reference anything regarding your course materials or technology, things of that nature. So you'll use this as a support as you're going through your online program here. On the left-hand side as well, continuing through the navigation, you'll have your library. And when you click on that link, you'll be forwarded to the library, which will allow you to access a variety of professional references. So for example, when you have a written assignment, you can use the library for your professional references to make sure that you have the correct content, and of course, using different sources and professional sources for your papers. So as you can see here, essentially everything under the navigation tab on the left-hand side of Blackboard is going to basically be for support. That's a good way to look at it. When it comes to announcements, syllabus, my grades, course calendar, whatever the case may be, your initial sections at the top here are basically going to be for support. So let's scroll down a little bit here to the course overview, and basically what you'll see down here is a week-to-week breakdown of all of the assignments that are going to be due and all of the content that will be provided for a weekly basis in the class. So if you want to think of it this way, it's a 7-week course, and basically each week of the course you'll be completing a different module. So you'll have your week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, so on and so forth for each week of the class. So the course overview is good to click on. When you go here, basically it just provides you a general insight of the course, exactly what the outcomes are and what to expect as you go through the course. And you'll have typically some options to download different videos that are provided by your professor for content regarding different items within the course. And here again, just as your course outcomes, basically what this page of the course overview is going to do is more or less help you with the learning materials, the outcomes, and prepare you again for what you will be doing in each 7-week of class. So you can always go back to Blackboard again to get to the screen, which will show you all of the breakdown. So a lot of different insight here, and as you'll see, it's broken down nice and easy for you on a weekly basis, where you'll see all the assignments that are housed. And if you ever are unsure of what assignments are due for each week, again, you always want to refer back to your syllabus, which was up here at the top portion of the navigation bar. So you'll also see a few different things here. My grades, it's going to be a really important section when you always want to refer back to, hey, how am I doing in the course? You'll click on the My Grades section. And basically here, it's going to break down everything that you've done, last time that you participated in this activity, and your letter grade that you have for this assignment. So as you can see here, multiple assignments for this class. A lot of different things that you'll be doing on a weekly basis. But again, just a simple place to refer back to just so you can see how you're doing in the course and specifically how you did on those specific assignments. Now on the left-hand side, just a few more different things that you'll have here. You'll have options here to post a discussion board. So again, on the weekly breakdown here on the course overview, of course, there's going to be that option to click to get into the online discussion. But if you just want a quick link, a hyperlink to kind of get there and make sure that you've participated in all of your discussion forums, you can click on the post to discussions section here on the navigation bar under the course overview, and it'll give you a few different things to look through. Again, to stay on par with what is due for a weekly basis here. Very similar as well, submit assignments. So right here, just going to break down each of your weekly assignments, and then you can click on whatever the week may be, whatever the assignment may be, just to ensure that you have completed it, number one, and number two, to make sure that you've posted it and uploaded it in the correct space. So that will be for your assignments. And then finally, you may experience some quizzes on a weekly basis. So sort of the same deal here. You can click on the Take Quizzes. It'll give you a breakdown of all the different quiz assignments on a weekly basis. And of course, depending on whichever week you're in and whichever quiz you're looking to take, you'll click on that specific link. And it looks very similar from before. So you can either cancel, begin when you're ready to take that exam. So this here is basically a breakdown of what all of our students will see from a course-to-course overview. Basically what you'll notice here. On the left-hand side, all of your navigation. So if you could look at it this way, the top half is going to be more for reference, bottom half is going to be more for your actual courses and submitting assignments. But everything is nice and broken down for you, and you'll always be able to refer back to these pages here as an online student. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and I hope that you enjoyed the video and hope this provided some excellent insight for you. And of course, if you do have any additional questions or looking for further insight on our online platform or program, please contact one of our enrollment advisors. We're all here to help, and we definitely want to make sure that this is a smooth transition for you as you approach participating in graduate school here at the University of Miami.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Tori, for that. Let me just get back the cameras. I think it's a good idea just to leave the classroom in front of people in case we have questions related to that. And with this, yeah, I just want to really thank you for the comprehensive tour. I have a very, very good idea now of how it's structured and what kind of functionalities we can actually, have with the online classroom. And while I see that there are a couple of questions that are coming in, officially we are starting the Q&A session for this webinar. I just want to also start off with one or two questions from me. So the first question that I always also get from prospective students is, what kind of platforms can they use the online classroom for? Is it just for a desktop computer, or can they access the classroom from a tablet, a mobile phone?
So great question. I would say you definitely want to have access to a computer. While there are things that you can do in regards to, potentially viewing some things in your classroom, maybe pulling up the syllabus and stuff like that on mobile devices, it's definitely not encouraged to try to do this program on a mobile device. The most functionality you're going to get out of would be out of a desktop computer or laptop. And we do also advise using Google Chrome for our online portal, as Google Chrome typically is up to date with security and things on the internet. So we want to make sure that we're up to date with that as well, keep all the information secure. So Google Chrome on a desktop would absolutely be the way to go, if possible. Again, you can do little things with the mobile devices, but I wouldn't expect to be a successful student by going strictly off of a phone or a tablet. You definitely want to have computer access.
Brilliant, thank you for that. So will there be like an induction module where people can kind of log in before they actually start the class and kind of get a sense of the classroom, or do they have to start with the live classroom as soon as they start the program?
Absolutely. Great question again. So with our program here, we do allow for it's 4 days before the class starts as a preview period. So as we showed here in the online classroom, our students will have full access to their online classroom, to their portal. Now, the one thing that we do want to stress, though, is that you do not post anything within that preview period, because assignments would not be accepted until it's that actual first day of class. So you can certainly work ahead, you can prepare your papers, prepare your discussions, but you'll want to wait until the first day of class to actually post. But yes, you do have a 4-day preview period to help yourself prepare for that for the upcoming weeks.
Brilliant. Okay, so I see a couple of questions coming in. Let's go with, so Felipe has a question, and his question is, if you're in session year, can you still take the course online?
Are you, like, if you were a student on campus, are you able to take the course?
If you're in your senior year, I'm guessing that he's talking about high school. So if you're in your senior year, can you still take the course online?
Understand. So unfortunately, we do not offer bachelor degrees at this time fully online. So our bachelor degrees would be campus-based. But for any student that would be that has completed their bachelor degree and is looking for graduate degrees, master degrees or graduate certificates, that is what our online platform is designed for. So it is for graduate studies only at this time.
Okay. Gregory is asking if there's any plan to transition from Blackboard to another program like Canvas.
So at this time, Blackboard is what we have been using. I'm not aware of anything in the future that would be changing over to a different platform. I would probably safe to say that we will continue to use Blackboard for now, and probably within the future as well. If any changes do come up, though, of course, our students will be the first one to know. Those announcement sections that we spoke about, super helpful. So anything that's changing in the classroom or any important information, whether it be application deadlines, financial aid deadlines, things like that, always going to be posted in the announcements. So I would just say, always be mindful of the upcoming things, but Blackboard is more than likely going to continue to be the platform we use here.
Brilliant. Okay, I have another question from Emily. She's asking, what kind of support systems are there in place for the first few weeks of the online classroom?
Oh, that's a great question. So we have numerous things. As we looked at the online support center here, that is, again, essentially your online one-stop shop for all things support as a UOnline student. So, you can really find almost all the references you would need there, whether it be help with course materials, your Kane link, your email, things of that nature. But outside of the electronic help, so here, once you become a newly admitted student, you'll have ourselves as our enrollment advisors, the ones that help you through the process. We're always attached to you. So we'll be helping you out, basically from the point that you enroll into school all the way through graduation and beyond. But you'll also have an assigned academic advising team. So at first you'll have a student advocate, and what their role is to assist you through that first year of school. And then you'll also have a senior academic advisor, which helps with graduation. So there's multiple parties in place that are always going to be available to assist our students through those first weeks. Basically, we have your student advocate, which does help walk through. You'll do an onboarding when you're admitted into the program, where we walk you through this online portal that we went through as well. We show you where all the different resources are. And of course, you'll have a point of contact through the all of your weeks in class, but especially during those first few weeks. So we do make it a point to reach out to our students during that first day of class as well, to make sure that they are able to log in, no technical issues. But I mean, support is really around the clock here. If you're not able to get somebody on the phone, that's where we have that UOnline support center. If it's after hours, where you can submit support tickets, and they're responding within 24 business hours, or excuse me, within one business day, 24 hours, if you will. So support is around the clock. I mean, even as a new student, we want to make sure this is a comfortable situation for you. So, what I always tell my students is, don't hesitate to ask questions. We know that it's online. Sometimes it is a little self-motivated, but we're here to help. I mean, as long as you ask the question, as long as you reach out, we're going to be in the position to help out as much as possible for you.
Okay, there's quite a specific question coming from Robert. He says that I have my BSN from UM. How intense is the math involved? Is there any math tutoring or live help offered online? So I'm guessing that he wants to go into a more math-based master's program.
Definitely. So if you're doing a business program, for example, finance, accounting, MBA, those are usually the programs that are going to be highly quantitative. So we do have that math resource area within your online classroom that we spoke about. And that's just a good reference for, basically different financial models, different types of math equations that you are going to expect throughout the program. So it's a really great resource online. And then again, you have those weekly office hours for your professors. So if you find yourself in a situation where, maybe you're not comfortable with the coursework, that's a great opportunity to connect with them live and in real time and express that. And then that way they can get back to you with any feedback. And also, email communication is super important as an online student. So you can always email your professors for support, and they're super responsive. It's the same exact faculty that are teaching the campus-based programs. So that you'll have those same connections, that people that are really on board with your process here. And, again, just referring back to my other answer, if you have a question, as long as you ask for the support, as long as you make it known that you have a question and that there is something you need assistance with, our faculty, our student advocates, our enrollment advisors, I mean, we do whatever we can to make sure we can assist you there. So there certainly is a whole slew of resources online for math references, as well as your faculty in those office hours.
Brilliant. I think we have time for 2 more questions. One of them is quite, this comes from an Apple fan probably. Is Safari on a MacBook Pro that unreliable to not use opposed to Google Chrome for the online program?
So, I mean, again, I encourage Google Chrome. It's not to say that other internet browsers are not reliable, but I can tell you the most reliable option that you would have through our program is definitely going to be through Google Chrome. I think, I'm sure you can probably do a lot of work throughs with Safari, but just better just to be safe than sorry. I would definitely download Google Chrome. It's free to use, and it's a really reliable web browser. So, that's what we lead all of our students to use.
Are digital electronic books used instead of hard copy books for the programs?
So yes and no. So you do have options. Yeah, oh, absolutely. And that's a great question. I know a lot of time with, online courses, a lot of the books are ebooks. And that is the case with some of the courses. The courses do vary. A lot of times you do also have the options to either choose to purchase an electronic book or choose to purchase a hard copy. So if you do have the options, I mean, choose whichever one's going to be best for you, but there may be some course materials that are only going to be offered electronically. So I would definitely be prepared for that as well. The advantage with ebooks, though, I will will say also is that, you can do things like search for specific, whatever, like let's say you're covering a topic in the week on financial modeling, and you want to search that specific area in the book. It beats flipping through pages and trying to find what you highlighted. You can literally pull up a little find box and search what's, whatever you need relevant to the course within the ebook. So I would say a solid mixture of both, but there will be times where you may only have access to ebooks.
Brilliant. And I think with one last question we can end, and this is a good question. Can we interact with other students? Patricio asks.
Absolutely, definitely. So we encourage the interaction. I mean, what we want is our students that are participating in our online course here to really feel like they're at home with So there's a lot of different things we do with our on-campus orientation session, which all online students are invited to participate in. One of the first things we tell them to do is to set up a WhatsApp group, free social media text there, free texting, basically for internationally, nationally. And a lot of students, what they'll do is, through the course messages, for example, which we showed in the online classroom, you can get in there and you can message your students directly. You can message your peers directly. You can set up those WhatsApp groups. So there's a lot of different ways to connect with your peers, but absolutely, I mean, especially with business programs, there's definitely going to be some group projects involved. So you're going to have multiple opportunities to connect with your peers. Keep in mind as well, we do have an orientation session, which people do attend, and we're also inviting all of our students to graduate on campus with their peers. So there's a lot of different, things and opportunities to connect with them. Through the online discussion board as well, just briefly, basically on a weekly basis, you are asked to provide, your feedback on whatever the discussion may be. Your peers will respond to whatever your discussion post is, and you're going to respond to your peers as well. So it kind of keeps an ongoing conversation. And a lot of the people you start with in these programs, you're also going to be finishing with. So you'll notice you'll have a lot of the same, classmates throughout your program. So again, it's definitely encouraged. I mean, we want you guys to be connected, and we try to facilitate that as much as possible.
Okay, there you have it. I think that there were brilliant questions, and I really want to thank all of our audience for asking the questions. And Tori, I really want to thank you for showing us the classroom and doing this live demo for us. I think that it answered quite a few questions for our audience, and it gives a bit more of an insight on how the online learning platform looks like here at the University of Miami Online. And with this, I just want to thank everyone for showing up. Thank you, Tori, for giving us a bit of your time. Just one last question, so we make sure that everyone's everyone's at ease. If they still have questions after this webinar, what can they do?
Definitely. So we have online enrollment advisors ready and available for you. So I mean, I would definitely, say definitely give us a call. For basically anything that you have, you can give us a call. If you're already connected with an enrollment advisor, shoot us an email, whatever's the easiest way to connect with you. But yes, we do have enrollment advisors, essentially on standby, and that's what we're here for. We want to make sure that if this is a smooth transition for you into graduate school. We understand it's a big life decision. A lot of us have been in your shoes as well. So, it's always good to kind of get some insight from someone who's been there, and that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that when you're going into this, it's something that you're well prepared for, something that you're not going to be overwhelmed with. And yeah, I mean, definitely you want to connect with us as much as possible. Give us a call, go to that online support center, live chat with us. There's so many different ways that you can connect with us here with UOnline, because we try to keep it streamlined for, those individuals who may not necessarily have the opportunity to get on the phone. So there are things like live chat and email, which is going to be directly off our website as well. Plenty of links to get in contact with us.
Thank you for joining today with us. Thank you, Tori, for having done the live tour. And I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something useful and you've got a bit of an idea of how it works. And yeah, with this in mind, I wish you a very good rest of your day. And thank you for joining UOnline University of Miami live webinar. Have a very good day ahead. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Take care.